Today, I am going to build every Star Wars movie in LEGO. Over the last 45 years, Star Wars has been by far the biggest movie franchise in the world. Now today, I'm going to be building one scene from each movie, starting with The Phantom Menace and ending with The Rise of Skywalker. And maybe we'll throw some Anthology movies in there while we're at it. Hit that subscribe button to increase my serotonin levels, and let's get into it. Now first we are going to be recreating the iconic scene where Qui-Gon finds Jar Jar in a swamp. This was actually also one of the first ever LEGO sets to be made. But first, to find my minifigures, I have to go to my Big Brain Minifigure Sorting System, or BBMSS for short. So I grabbed my Jar Jar, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan, and now is a good time to get into the building. And here it is. We added a lot of grass foliage to the ground to texture it out. A droid speeder because it's epic. And Jar Jar Binks to be harassed. And like that, the Phantom Menace is done. Now for episode 2, we are going to be recreating Anakin killing not just the men, but the women.
And the children, too.
And to do this, I took apart this Mandalorian set and put down a lot of tiles covering the plate in sand.
I don't like sand.
Then we went to the BBMSS and put him in. It's also this little Tusken boy's birthday today. His dad got him a balloon. And to make things even a bit more gruesome, I threw in a custom Anakin's mom. Anakin's sure not happy. As well as some raspberry jam around the Tuskens, just to make it extra gruesome. Anakin took the child Tusken's birthday balloon too. And like that, I created Attack of the Clones. Next movie. Now what comes to your mind when you think of Star Wars Episode 3?
Hello there.
Other than that gem, it is Order 66. Most awesome scene in Star Wars. So to recreate Order 66, we are going to be recreating the March on the Jedi Temple. So I'm going to go to my clone army bucket and grab out some 501st Troopers, a little evil Anakin Skywalker, and maybe some extra Jedi parts. Now we are going to get into building the Jedi Temple stairs. Now my ultimate plan is I want to leave some room on the bottom so I can squeeze a little scene in there, as well as have the troopers walk up the steps. So that would be ideal. Yay, only 2 of the pieces actually cracked when I was building this one. If you didn't know, this piece tends to crack a lot. And here it is, the Jedi Temple stairs. It's a pretty simple build. We have some nice stairs with some troopers on it, as well as Anakin at the front. But there's some room at the bottom to put something else. And we could do a lot of fun things with this. So I'm going to take those Jedi parts I grabbed earlier, add some short legs, and turn them into younglings. We also have this ledge, so it makes it really convenient for Anakin to hop down. And like that, you also have Anakin slaughtering the younglings.
Oh, poop.
Yes, I know this one is extremely dark. If I had a nickel for every time Anakin murdered a group of children in Star Wars, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Like that, Revenge of the Sith is done. What is one thing Rogue One and Solo have in common? It is that nobody remembers them. No, it is that they are both anthology movies. So what I'm gonna do is split both these movies into one mock. So one side is going to be Rogue One, and one side is going to be Solo. So the first half is gonna be based off Solo, and we are going to recreate the scene where Han Solo first met Chewbacca. And the other half will recreate the scene where Darth Vader kills another group of innocent people. Man, the Skywalkers really have to stop this madness. I grabbed my Mimban Han Solo, as well as a regular looking Chewbacca. That Solo one is just cursed. And I found a load of Rebel troopers, as well as Darth Vader. Just again to clarify, 50% on the left side, 50% of it on the right side. With Chewbacca. I had some skeletons to show all the people Chewie chewed on, as well as the chain to ensure that Han doesn't escape. You can also knock over the pole like in the movie. And we also have a zombie baby behind Han for no apparent reason. A lot of mud in this room. And on the other side, we have the violent murder of a handful of rebel soldiers. By the way, this scene cemented Darth Vader as the coolest bad guy ever. But either way, you will notice loads of impaling, decapitations, everything known to man, with some very nice wall detailing, may I add. Solo and Rogue One are done. Now moving into episode 4, we have so many iconic scenes we could choose from twin sons, and of course, most iconic,
My country.
yes, Han shot first. It's not up for debate. Greedo did not shoot first. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And they needed to return to the BBMSS in order to get my Han Solo and Greedo minifigures. Now the plan is make this build look like a mini representation of the cantina, and I want to be able to incorporate this hood piece. Build the little stool from the cantina, and once we got the general frame of the booth done, I put in a nice table and a nice cup of coffee. And all I had left to do was put in Greedo and Han Solo. I even gave Han a customized blaster. Let the shootout begin. And like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Now, what do you think of when you think of The Empire Strikes Back? Yoda lifting an X-Wing out of the swamp, Darth Vader telling Luke he's the father, or when Darth Vader violently serves the gang a nice dinner on Bespin? Hey, that's nice of him. Maybe this guy will come around. Anyway, what I started to do was build up the walls. Lots of white was used in the scene. It was pretty bland set, I'll be honest. I added a long table and put some seats alongside it. Loaded up the table with some bread, plates, Chinese food, whatever you need for a nice dinner party experience. So I went to the minifig wall and got all the figures, a little bit of security, and a Han Solo and Carbonite. How would you like your coffee, Lord Vader? A little on the dark side. That was a really bad joke.
I'm sorry.
And like that, The Empire Strikes Back is done. Now we're moving into episode 6. Darth Vader's days of killing are coming to a close now. Do you remember that scene where Darth Vader absolutely yoinked the Emperor into a giant bottomless hole? Well, we're going to be recreating that scene in LEGO. LEGO has already made a fantastic version of this scene. So my plan is to lift the top half of the build and place it on the black base plate. So in total, this is what I ended up doing. I took several parts of the set together to be able to fit it on this one plate, where you can open up this little window, and you notice you do get some nice detailing down here just to cover up the gaps. We have one of these weird blue things that shows up. There are a couple of them in the movie, but I only threw in one. And I, of course, had to build the hole where Vader threw Palpatine down. Granted, it only goes 2 feet, so chances are Palpatine would make a comeback. My son, you must take on the family tradition of murdering a bunch of innocent people. Nah, I'll leave that to your grandson. Seriously though, how does throwing a 90-year-old man down a hole make up for killing 50 children? Good job, George. And now we're moving in to episode 7. So the first one is going to be recreating the saddest scene from the sequels, and that is the death of Han Solo. Fun fact, this is Harrison Ford's favorite scene from all of Star Wars. And then went to my minifigure sorting system and got Han Solo and Kylo Ren. So this was a pretty simple one. I put up a pretty simple platform with some railings. Ha! Just kidding, there were no railings there. And got to work. Luckily, it's a pretty easy build because it's literally just a platform. And I was able to violently use Kylo Ren to kill Han Solo and send him falling to his death. I'm also having the Swedish chef clean him up after he falls. R.I.P. And like that, The Force Awakens is done. And now we're at number 8, The Last Star Wars. Now for this one, I decided to build Luke's Jedi training. Isn't that nice? We have little baby Grogu there, Luke teaching all of his younglings. Are we gonna get brutally murdered again, Mr. Skywalker? I don't have an answer for that. And then, oh my goodness, another Skywalker is back to murder all the kids. What is it with this family? I don't get it. Anyway, to recreate this scene where Luke's Jedi Temple fell apart, I took the Jedi Temple set, smashed it, and then put a bunch of little youngling bodies outside of it. And outside, we have Luke and R2 just sitting there watching it all happen and not trying to help anyone. Man, these Skywalkers are messed up. And like that, episode 8 is done. Now we have episode 9, The Rise of Palpatine, or Skywalker. I don't even know at this point. This is also the conclusion of the Skywalker saga. And I thought no better scene to recreate than the one where Rey stands in the sand and declares that she is Rey Skywalker. We got some tan bricks, a BB-8, Rey. I also got this old lady and horse minifigure. Put it together. Who are you? I'm Rey. Rey who? Rey Palpatine. And we made the ending of episode 9, concluding all of Star Wars. And like that, ladies and gentlemen, we created every single LEGO Star Wars movie. From The Phantom Menace all the way to The Rise of Skywalker. And I know some of you are going to be upset for me leaving out the Clone Wars movie, so here it is. We got a nice Captain Rex and Ahsoka battling Asajj Ventress with a little Rod of the Huttlet. I know, everyone forgot about that movie. Overall, this was really exciting to do. These are normal LEGO Star Wars sets, and in this video, I'm going to make them horrifying. With zombie stormtroopers, stab Jedi, and the most cursed sets you've ever seen. So with all that said, Lego. Now before I can curse Star Wars sets, I need sets to curse, so I'm gonna head to the Lego store to see which sets I need to make scary. Let's go. Now that we've made it home, let's start with this set, the Sarlacc Pit. A fairly normal set with fairly normal figures. Let's build. Now the first thing I gotta do is curse the minifigures. So I took Han Solo, made him pour some bleach in his eye, and made him short. I took Boba Fett, gave him a six-pack, and you guessed it, I made him short. I took Chewbacca and made him short again, and then I gave him more chewing power. I took Lando, I removed his eyeball and mustache, and made him short. Next was Luke Skywalker, who I made short, and into a Gungan. And finally is Nime Num, who I made lack clothes. This might be the most cursed thing I've done in my career. Now these are all kind of cursed, but how am I going to make this set cursed? I think this will explain it. Wait, so you're still confused? Well, does this help? Well, let me explain. Basically, every year the Mickey soldiers come together to make a sacrifice to the beast of short people. That's right, if you have short Lego legs, you will get sacrificed to the beast.
And he is hungry.
All right, who's first, haha? And the first sacrifice to be made was Jar Jar Jedi. Come here, little fellow. But just then, Cursed Nine Nun came in and started causing havoc, trying to knock the Mickeys off of the boat. And when Nine Nun was going after the next Mickey, he stabbed him. There were only a handful of people left on the ship, and the Sarlacc started going bananas and trying to grab them. Oh no, it's got Han Solo. I'm coming for you, buddy. I am out of here. By the end of it, the sacrifice of the short people by the Mickeys was not going as planned, as they were all getting eaten by the Sarlacc. The next that I opened up and started building was this Rebel versus Stormtrooper battle pack. Anyway, now that we're done building, let's make it cursed. Now the Stormtroopers were sitting with their dropship when all of a sudden Professor Chaos came in with a brand new pizza for all the Stormtroopers to eat. Now clearly they didn't watch my horror Halloween video where these pizzas turn them into zombies. So let's zombify them. So this first Stormtrooper, I'm gonna take off his legs, and really that's all I'm gonna need other than his helmet, because I took a torso with these bullet wounds so that way it looks dead, as well as a zombie head, and basically just made him into a brand new Stormtrooper that is zombified and will totally be eating brains of Rebel scum. Now this next trooper I'm going to zombify with this special torso piece. Basically it has a hole that you can completely see through, and I'm going to show you a bit about how it works, but first let's put it on the guy. Great, so now they're basically a zombified farmer already. So basically what's gonna happen with him is Donald Trump came up to him and said,
Should I do it?
Please don't do it.
I'm gonna do it!
Please don't do it. And the last Stormtrooper, I'm just gonna make into this boring tall zombie. I also gave him a zombie child, which I also turned into a Stormtrooper. Either way, now we have our zombie troopers, now we gotta build our rebels. For whatever reason, this one got rid of the black guy. Where did bro go? I want him in it. But instead we got this little pink droid, QTKT. Wait, they're all dead. This one looks even a little sad about it. I guess they didn't want to become infected zombies. Or like this guy. Now the next set we gotta curse is X-Wing TIE Fighter mashup. And I'll be honest, this one's gonna be pretty interesting. Like, excuse me? What? Hey, look, it comes with Lego. Get it? L3GO. That's perfect. Anyway, let's dig in. So first, of course, we gotta curse the figures. So I had the idea of let's make them all look like melted people, because that's a normal idea. And the TIE pilot. Now, as for the set, the deal with these is a little different, because basically all you have to do is take out these special pins, and then like that, you could just break them apart, which is a little weird. And again, with the X-Wing, the same deal. You could just lower the legs, take out the pins, and then all the X-Wing wings could just kind of break off. and you have this weird looking missile. Now before we do the change, I want to put in some minifigures. So I kind of just put in Droop Skywalker, and then we gotta grab L3GO, a droid that has the same color palette as my local McDonald's. So now all we gotta do is grab some of the TIE Fighter wings that I disassembled, push all this to the side, and then get to installing. Kaboom, kaboom. And oddly enough, this works like surprisingly well. The weight distribution is wild. I don't know how this is just able to like sit naturally. That does not look natural. You know, I'm not gonna make that joke. I like this little piece back here that's cool, so you can work on the engines. And then obviously you do get the little flick fire missile that shoots off. Also kind of cursed. Now, let's do it with the TIE Fighter. First up, X-Wing. So this one's not really much easier to do than the last one because the ball is a little smaller. But the thing I do like is even with half an X-Wing, you kind of get like a weird Y-Wing. Get it? And after spending a time putting this together, this one I do not like nearly as much as the X-Wing one. This one looks significantly funnier. This one just makes me feel kind of sad. Like, it just doesn't feel natural. I don't like it. It doesn't feel like this would ever exist. And Droopy McCool over here, it gives it a 0 out of 10. So, can I buy this off you? No. Well, I'm just gonna steal it. Robbery. Hey, get out of there. My ship. My ship. Next, I bought the Jedi Bob Starfighter, and after opening it up and dumping out the pieces and building Jedi Bob, I realized I needed to make a transport for all the Bobs, and not just Jedi Bob. Like SpongeBob, Bob the Minion, Bob Ross, Bob Mr. Incredible, who should totally be played by John Cena in a live-action remake, and most importantly, Bob the Tomato. So let's build the Bob ship. And here it is, the Jedi Bob ship. Now there are 2 pilot seats, so I made one of the pilots Jedi Bob, and I made one of the pilots Bob Parr from The Incredibles. Then we popped this sucker on, and now we have a pilot's room. Now in the back of the Jedi Bob ship, which looks very similar to another certain ship, we can take off this wing over here, and we have room in the inside to carry the boys. First we have Bob the Tomato, Bob the Minion,
Banana,
Bob Ross, and of course, SpongeBob. And you can take a look inside and see what everybody's up to. But now we're gonna put the sides on and launch them off to the rescue. I love how you could just pick it up and then all of a sudden it's a giant carrier ship for all of the Bobs. Bob, 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 Bob. It looks like they're going after Giant Bob. 3, 2, 1. That didn't work out so well. Jedi Bob, are you okay? No. Serves you right. This is the ultimate Bob squad. Now the last set we're gonna be building might be a little cursed already, and it's the Dark Millennium Falcon. Now the first minifigure we have is Darth Fentanyl, or alternatively, Darth Oreo Cookie. We also have Luke Skywalker Unemployed Edition with sandals and welfare milk. And then not that kind of milk. We also have Goth Rey, who has chopstick lightsabers. We also have C-3PO, who gets really freaky. Jar Jar Freaks. Wait, did he just say freaks twice? And lastly, Darth Emo. Now this has to be the most cursed minifigure lineup I've ever seen LEGO do. I mean, look how normal Darth Vader's face looks. He low-key looks like he could be somebody's grandpa. But if you thought these guys were cursed, wait till we look at the Dark Falcon. It has a Death Star radar dish to help destroy the ops. Like we're here where you could take these guys out and they're having a freak party inside. Bro, what is going on? And to get inside, you can open all the different panels to reveal its really cool interior. Over in this corner is a gaming room with a literal LEGO PS5 build. They also have this boring looking chess video game that I'm gonna replace with a Lego Fortnite on this actual official Lego print. So that way unemployed Luke Skywalker can sit and freeload. There's also a throne up here with this special diamond behind it. I don't know what this is here for. It's probably an illegal substance. But anyway, I loaded this seat with Emo Rey to take over and control the ship. There's also this cockpit in the front, which you could put C-Freak-P-O in. And I made another new character, R2-Freak-2, and I sealed them both in there so they could get freaky. And next I built the Lasergate prison in the back, which I used to hold Florida Man. So that way he could keep the voices from getting louder. It's not helping. And next we have these beds that I rolled Stephen Hawking into so that way we could take him off and walk him to so that way he could nap. It is a very good sleep. We are vibing. And lastly, we have this portal in the back, which you can stand a minifig on and they will get instant freak. If you can't tell by now, I have no clue what any of this means, but it sounds funny. But anyway, you can seal it up and like that, you have your very own functioning Freak Falcon. Oh shoot, it lost a foot. Anyway, I'm gonna fly him off and join all the other sets. This Lego battle droid was designed over 25 years ago. In this video, I'm gonna be explaining the history of this droid as well as some cheap modifications you can make with some custom parts from Clone Customs. By the end of this video, I'm gonna unbox this Clone Trooper mystery bag, and we're going to make a mock with our new Clone Troopers and customly modified droids. So with that said, Lego. Now the first ever battle droid came out in the year 1999, and with the minor exception of the arms changing to be more straightened out, they haven't changed nearly at all in the last 25 years. And with the minor change of adding a straightened out arm in the year 2007, the battle droids have not changed nearly at all. Now while the nostalgic side of me loves this and loves that Lego is keeping at least one thing consistent, it is frustrating because when you go to do stop motion animations or actually want to articulate them uniquely and have them do something cool, you can't. So I bought these custom battle droids from Clone Customs. Now these are great because they fix all the major problems with the regular battle droids. Unlike the regular ones, which have stiff legs, these have fully functioning movable legs. And even though the knee joints don't move, I think that's perfectly fine because no other Lego minifigures' knees move either. The reason Clone Customs are also cool is because they function with these customly molded backpacks, which work perfectly with the battle droid. The biggest problem with the OG Lego battle droid is they really lack expression. Their arms can go up and down, very straight, very rigid, and it has no real room for extra character. And with these, it's a whole different story because you can lift an arm, you can twist the hand, and you can even adjust it to make it look like they're giving an order in a much more expressive looking way. I mean, this looks like a position you'd actually see a battle droid in Star Wars. And quite frankly, it looks a lot better than this. And to top it off, I think the head and torso bit do a much better job representing the battle droid while still keeping a Lego-like feel, which I think is important. Now, the cool thing about these custom droids is you can buy their individual pieces on the Clone Army Custom website. It costs about $1 per, which is cheaper than buying the full figure if, say, you don't want the torso or the feet, or there's something about it you just don't like. So say, for instance, you just want the backpack, you can just buy that, and it fits on the official Lego battle droid fairly well, and it adds some character to them. It's only, again, about $1, but I think it's even better if you were to just, say, buy the arms. Now, in my opinion, the coolest thing you could do with these guys is the poses. I made a couple, like this one running directly over a clone trooper, this one doing a split, this guy who picked up a clone and is now shooting him in the gut, and this one who ripped off the droid's arm and leg and is now trying to beat them with it. And they could also, like, run away and do a bunch of other cool stuff, and I think that's one of the great redeeming qualities about these figures that regular droids just don't have. Now, none of this was sponsored. This was purely just me promoting stuff from Clone Customs. I'll try to see if I find some websites where these are for sale as well if you want to have some variety. But now I want to open the custom Lego Clone Trooper mystery bags, and then we will get into building a mock with these. That way you could actually see what these guys look like on the battlefield. Now, I bought these straight from my buddy Mike and I think they were around $15-20 per bag. They're basically, from my understanding, custom mystery clone troopers. I'm going to be unboxing these. They're okay, good. They're in mystery bags. I wasn't sure. I'm going to see if he's giving me a code. I think it's going to be rstuds. If he does, oh, look at that. Mike and Ike. And then you can check out his website. What a great guy. He does some really fun videos on Lego Clone Troopers. Now we're going to open them, and he sent me a free decal, which I'm never going to use because I don't decal. So, all right, let's see. The first one we're going to open up. Oh, man, I'm hoping for a big boy. Oh, All right, so that looks to be 5s in his, like, phase 1 variant. All right, it's pretty cool. It has no face print, and it looks like it was hand decaled by Micah. It doesn't have any capes or anything. Truthfully, this is my favorite style of clone. This is the 2008 style clone trooper, but I will happily take it. Again, when you're buying mysteries, you know what you're getting into. I'm very much a GCC fan, Grandpa Clone Customs as of late. It's very hard to compete with those guys, but I'm gonna open the next one. I'm hoping for phase 2 variant of someone. Oh, man. Oh, that's a good one. That is phase 2 Commander Cody missing a visor. I will find a visor for him, but we will definitely include him on the mock. And then I'm gonna just open up the last one. We're gonna go for it. All right. Oh, shoot, I broke the bag. No way. Wait, okay, I can deal with that. We got Echo and 5s. Okay, that makes that 10 times cooler. Then we have Commander Cody in his phase 2 variant. Okay, so these are my picks from Micah's blind bags. I think they were $15 per, which really isn't bad for these guys. We got a full phase 2 Commander Cody, Echo, 5s with the handprint. Actually, I'm kind of vibing with it now. More and more, I'm getting excited about it. Is that the gun? No, that's Heavy's gun. Yo, no way. Okay, that's epic. All right, I love it. So now what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna build a mock and we're going to have the droids. We're going to involve them in it, mainly because I just want to showcase what these guys look like in action, like in an actual build. Okay, so my plan is to build the mock within this little 32 by 32 base plate. We're going to be featuring our droids in here. I'm going to do some sort of Clone Wars base. My plan is I want to create a bit of a flat layer with a bit of a hill type of structure that Cody can be looking for where these guys are going to be hidden. That's kind of the goal. So I'm going to try to work on it and see what kind of mock I can build, and we'll be right back. And by the way, before we went any further, I just want to show you how I'm able to do some of this stuff with the positioning. So like with this guy, he's not doing too much, he's just kind of pushing the clone off. But like with this, like this really adds to battlefields. When you could have your droids doing stuff, like about to throw a clone off a cliff, or you can take literally the leg. You'd never be able to do this with the regular legs because it was full 2 sets of legs. He's taking one of the legs from another droid and strangling this droid. He could even strangle him with the droid's own leg if he wanted to. And he has the backpack over there. Look how epic that freaking is. That's awesome. And, oh my gosh. And then we go down here and we have one of my favorite things I recently discovered you could do with these. You could literally divide the hands, since the hands can separate, and you can make it look like his legs were blown off. And then you have a battle damaged battle droid. Like, that's freaking awesome. And then we have Commander Cody over here who's violating this droid. Not really. No, he's like fighting him. He's punching him to death. And then this guy's stopping him, and he's kind of dragging ARC Trooper Echo, or Clone Trooper Echo, over. He has him attached by the handcuffs, and he's running over to save his friend over here. That's really what I love about this whole thing, and that's why I wanted to show it in a mock so you could feel it in a battlefield-like setting. And stuff like this really makes me want to see LEGO do more with this concept. I'd love to see battle droids look like this in LEGO, although there is, again, the part of me that does like keeping things nostalgic the way they are. The astromech droids haven't changed over the last 25 years, other than printing. These guys haven't changed. I think, personally, if they can keep the style like this, while somehow managing to move the actual legs, I think that would be more than a reasonable fix. I don't see them doing the hands as twistable and everything. I think swapping out the hands is just a fine fix for now. But man, is this cool. Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and today we have some bags and boxes. Now, this is a custom Clone Trooper box. I spent $200-something on this one, or something close to that. And this was sent to me for free by Print Tech Workshop, and there was also some freebies in here from my boy Tin. So we have a lot of stuff. Grandpa Clone Customs and these. I've never gotten a lot of these before, so it's gonna be a new exciting experience for me, because these are some of the newest stuff on the clone market, and you know, as Republic Studs, I feel it is my obligation to cover all the latest and greatest Clone Trooper stuff. There's also some, like, another custom figure in here. It cost me like $20-something, but it looks cool, and I'm very on board with all the new printing stuff. So I'm gonna like put this over here, and we'll pull one thing at a time because we have a whole bag. First off, let's plug, of course, scan up. Very nice, and then look, it even got a sticker. I will put that on my laptop. That's how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, it's hard. Oh boy, oh man, there's a lot of stuff in here. But we'll start with, let's start with one of the more iconic people here. It comes in a little, kind of a faded bag. It is Captain Rex, from what I could tell, which works out really well, and he's missing his cape, so you'll see in a second why that's cool. Yeah, so this is basically a specially printed figure of sorts. So it's like the way they print Clone Army Customs minifigures, but they look like legit Lego. And obviously it doesn't come with the face, but this helmet, ooh, that is clean. It doesn't scrape or anything. It's not a decal. It's 100% printed on to, I don't believe that's an official Lego helmet, but it is definitely an official Lego torso. Same with the legs and everything. So that's really cool. And then once we get the actual armor for over it, it'll look even cooler. In the meantime, let's open some other stuff. Yo. Okay, wait a minute. First off, here is another Clone Trooper. From what I can tell, this one cost like 20, again, 20, like, it was up there in price. And I honestly don't know why I bought it, because Lego is going to be releasing their own in the Republic gunship in short order, is a shock trooper. Now, the thing about like stuff like this is it's not entirely shocking, because like, you know what it would look like. People can do customs and decals very easily. What I'm amazed by is the print-on quality. And again, you could buy these all from him. I'll leave a link to his stuff in the description, and I don't think I have a code. You tell them Republic Stud sent you, and they'll throw in a free blaster or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's just really cool, and I like it a lot. That's a great addition. It's just very colorful. I love those guys. And then, ooh, yeah, we got this guy. This is one of the elite clone troopers from the Bad Batch that Lego should have made into a battle pack. I am beyond disappointed Lego never did anything with these guys. Now, luckily, my boy did include some of these special, I guess, rotary blasters. He included 2 of them. I wanted one of these so bad because they look so cool. And then you could have this epic fight scene going on. I mean, that looks really cool. And part of the reason I did the blue background with the plates is just because you can fully see it. Again, fully printed. That's amazing. And then we have one more. Actually, geez, I don't even remember ordering those. We have one of these boys. This is a Powan. These are the guys that, 10th level, thousands of battle droids. It looks legit. Lego could have made this. I would not have told the difference. It is based off of the complete Saga design. Oh man, this looks really freaking cool. My buddy Mayday Figs is a big proponent of these guys. I've been talking to him quite a bit, so if you guys haven't checked him out, he's fantastic. He was actually the one who convinced me to buy that one, which is really cool. Now, we also ordered some helmets. They are 501st helmets, and we also ordered some other helmets. So I'll get both these out now, because I ordered quite a bit, actually. And we still have actually plenty more to go through here. I'm just ripping up this bag at this point. So we got 2 of these plain Phase 2 white clone troopers and these 2 501st ones. So let me actually go get torsos for those. Okay, so I got torsos for him over here. First one up is Commander Appo. Now, Appo has the little arrow, and it literally, so here's the 501st trooper, right? Here's this guy. Ready? Watch this. We're gonna just swap it out. Just helmet come off. Put it back on. Oh man, that is beautiful. I love that so much. And you can't even tell. Like, it fits along everyone else. It looks sharp. It looks good. And it like works. It looks exactly the same. I can honestly tell no difference other than the arrow being changed. Okay, now as for these, I could have sworn I ordered the Clone Commander one, like the yellow. And maybe it's in there, maybe it's not. No, it's not, right? So you move their helmets and you put these on. Oh, that's a goal. Oh, I love that. I love that. That is amazing. They look sharp, and it is 2 of the brand new 2020 style clone troopers that we haven't even gotten officially in Lego yet. That's so cool.
Oh, I love that. And then the last one I got this torso because I just felt that this particular helmet is more specialist looking. So I will remove this and put this on. Yeah, that looks pretty freaking cool. Oh, I love that. That is so cool. Oh man, the custom printing world has gotten crazy since I have been less like specifically focused on Star Wars stuff recently. Oh, he included this. Now, I don't remember ordering this, but I probably did because I ordered it like a month ago and then I didn't open it for like another couple weeks just because I was working on a big project. But these are super battle droids, but they're like special edition, and I think they're official Lego. I think they might be official Lego and they're like printed on or something. I don't know, but they look sick. Yo, they might be custom molded. I really don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care. He included extra arms too, which is very nice. So I can now add some big boys to the collection. So I could add, I guess, new arms in case I broke one or something. Yeah, look at that. That is really impressive. I've never seen these printed on like this before. That's really cool. Now there's one more thing he included. He included these for free. And this is like one of the most unique things I've ever seen in terms of like Lego. And it is like, oh, they're so tiny. But if you could tell, like they're holograms. Which like, what? Like, how? Now I'm gonna mess around with these for a little bit and get them all set up, but then I wanna show you. Okay, so apparently these are like the world's like smallest magnets like ever. So I wasn't able to figure out exactly how I'm supposed to put those in because I'm not a customs guy. So I just kind of positioned them in the hands of the figures, and I hope you all can tell because it's a pain in the butt to get them on there, and I'm only gonna do this once. So there's the chef. He looks pretty cool. He comes with the little minifigure, just a regular one. Then we have that guy back there. He comes with a battle droid. The battle droid is missing his head, which is a little unfortunate because I paid for like 2 of these. So like in $250 each, and they're like the size of, they fit in the hand. So you can see how small they are. Then this one has Queen Amidala, which looks really cool. And then we have this guy, the Powan. He is the General Grievous one, which is probably the coolest one. All right. So that's really cool. I love the cape and everything. It looks like General Grievous. Then we have the 2 clones with the clones. Oh my gosh, on camera, it looks so much cooler than it does in real life. In real life, they look like little crappy plastic, but like in this, oh, they look like unreal. That's really cool. Captain Rex is R2-D2, and he has Yoda. I think that's Yoda. Yeah, Yoda's missing a little bit of his ear there. I don't know if you see that. So hard to tell. I couldn't even find the battle droid's head because I don't know if you see that. The head is just gone. I don't know where that guy went. But yeah, like it looks really freaking cool on camera. In person, it's less exciting. I'll be honest. It's like it could work in some mocks. Oh, that clone one looks sharp as anything. Is that Boba Fett? No, that's a clone trooper. Oh, those look sharp. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Okay, so that is this bag, but we have some more stuff to attend to, and I'm just actually gonna move this back. See, look, I move it back and they all fall off. So I'm gonna attend to this next bag from Print Tech Workshop. All right, so I'm just gonna open this up back here. Huge thank you to him. He sent me these completely free of charge, and I know he just sent these out somewhat frequently, but I'm excited to get into them. They're in this little thing that my mom uses to put like soy sauce in. So, oh man, oh boy, oh, I'm so excited about these right now, man. Let me find the figures I need to use for these particular characters. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so part of the deal I was telling you boys about earlier was with Captain Rex and how he was missing his pauldron and his, you know, waist comma, but we're not gonna go there. So anyway, Print Tech makes these bad boys. Now, I don't know if you can tell what that is. Let me put the helmet on. Let me put the blasters in. But if my, eyes serve me correct me, is that a shoulder pauldron on a Lego minifigure? That looks like perfectly accurate to like what the actual guys like wear, like in the show. And again, I will definitely be leaving a link for these down in the description. But it looks sick. Look at that. That is amazing looking. Wow. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. But it doesn't end there. You thought it ended there. Okay. Well. Yeah, boy. We got Fives and Echo here. Or Echo and Fives from left to right. Yeah. So we got a little surprise for these boys today. So we got to take off these cruddy Cape Cantina capes. No shade, Freshie. I'm sorry. But a little shade, actually. Because you just got dominated by these guys. Granted, they cost $1 billion more. But ready? Watch this. Oh. Wait, it gets better. Oh my gosh. I got chills. Did you just get chills? I got chills. Oh. Man. That is incredible. So let's take a look at one at a time. So here is Echo. You still get the nice and fresh waist cape. And then you move up and you get this 3-dimensional piece. Now it's on a Clone Army Customs one, which honestly I'd want to try it with like a Grandpa Clone Custom now. Look at that detail. Oh my gosh, what? That's amazing. That's really cool. And the coloring, it's multicolored. That's fantastic. Now, who's this over here? Who's this bad boy? Is that Fives? No way, that's awesome. And it has the little weapons, like ammo pouch. Oh, that's crazy. And then you move, that's gorgeous. Our boys are here. We got inaccurate. Rex is not consistent with them, I know. But, the boys. Can we get the boys in chat? Okay, that's great. But we got one more. Actually, we got 2 more, but we basically got one more because I think he sent me one of the wrong ones. I think these are custom painted too. I don't know how it works. But if they are custom painted, mad respects, bro. Mad respects. Nope. Get back on there. You are not done today, sir. We have Captain, our boy. So that's Captain Hauser. Sharp as anything. I have the Clone Army Customs one too. Oh man, that is sharp as a knife. And we also have this other one, which is weird because I thought I asked him for like a Bly or something else like that. Honestly, if I go back, I'd ask him for Jesse. I'm not gonna complain either way. I'm happy to just have it. Let's put it, just for giggles, on this Commander Appo minifigure we just made. Commander Appo, leader of the 501st for a very brief period of time. We're just gonna put it on this way, does it work better? It works better this way, it looks better. It's completely inaccurate. I don't know who this is supposed to go on. Maybe it's supposed to go on Hauser. The color is the exact same as Hauser's, so maybe he will look like Hauser after this encounter. He looks a bit like Hauser. I don't know who that's supposed to go on. He'll tell me after he sees this video. But that looks really friggin' sharp. Okay, so overall rating, these are all, first off, fantastic. Like, every single one of them is a masterpiece in their own right. I think the custom prints I like the most are custom figures like this Powan. Just because, like, it gives options for us to get characters Lego has not made. And like clones are very common to get in the custom world nowadays. So to get one like this, I'm actually really excited for, and I kind of want to do more of it, like Zam Wessel, other characters I want to see in Lego. Same thing with those droids. It's nice to see variants of those. People don't do those that often. As for the clones, they're nice. I love the special printed helmets. I think it's amazing. They feel just like real Lego. You could not honestly tell me the difference. I think one of these, I think the Shock Trooper maybe, is made of official real Lego. I know they're made in a special molded factory or something. I'm not too sure. As for the pauldrons, I love those by Printech Workshop. And again, I'll leave a link and everything down below. They work much better on custom looking figures. So like Fives and Echo, they look sharp on those guys. On some ones like Rex, which is made to look like a more realistic minifigure, I think it still works, not as well, but it works. With ones like Vaughn, I don't think it works as much. Maybe it's just the coloring. I'm not the biggest fan relative to, I guess, other stuff. But that is my own humble opinion. All the other figures look fantastic. Like that Oh, that's just so good. Oh, they're all so good. This is like some of the coolest minifigures I've ever seen. Oh, also, biggest loser of the day is the holograms. I am thoroughly disappointed in the holograms. I thought they would come pre-assembled. That was my misunderstanding. And they cost like $250 per, and they're like this big. But then again, that's how like most people think about all these minifigures. Like, how are any of them worth any of this? This is 1 Lego Clone Trooper. This is 10 Lego Clone Troopers. And this is my entire Lego Clone Trooper army. In this video, I'm going to be taking all my rare, official, and custom Clone Troopers, count them out, and see how many I have to add to the largest Lego clone army of all time. That's right, we're building the largest Lego clone army of all time. So with that said, Lego. All right, now this is where most of my clone army currently lies. There are a ton of troopers, like 501st Troopers, 501st Snipers, 501st Heavies, regular 501st from the 2013. Oh, hey look, 212 Troopers. We got some 212 Airborns, we got some 212 Troopers, Bomb Squad Troopers, Airborns, 2013 Phase 1s, 332nd Troopers, 187th Troopers, Senate Commandos, ARF Troopers, more Geonosis Troopers, Neo Troopers, Purple Guys, Kashyyyk Troopers, Clone Commanders, and a bunch more of these guys. Now I have those, but I also have this entire tub of custom and exclusive troopers and main characters, as well as this one, which has characters I didn't really get a chance to bag, like the new clone troopers. I also have some of the clone army vehicles laid out on the ground over here. Not all of them, but most of them. All right, now why are we doing all this? Because now personally, I'm not a big fan of videos where people just show you their clone armies and you see it all out there and it's very cool looking, but it gets pretty boring pretty quickly. Now there's an end goal to this video, and the end goal is that we need to build the largest Lego clone army of all time. And I am not heading this, my friend Brickley is. He's been spending like 2 years now building up an immense clone army. I actually bought 25 of the new battle packs that are going to be featured in his video, and you'll see more of that from him. I am also going to be factoring how big my collection is into his full army setup. And that's basically the goal of what we're going to do today, is I need to figure out how many clones I have. And I'm going to try to categorize how many we have from each Legion battalion, what kinds are customs, what kinds are official, and we'll try to get a general census for about how many I have. And for fun, I'm going to be including the Venator in here. Let's go get that. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at the Venator over here. This is going to be the centerpiece of our MOC. And as you can see, it is very stable, very secure. Look at that. That is so stable. All right, so let's take this. We're going to make this a centerpiece, and we're going to be doing everything around it. Yeah, that works. All right, so the first thing we're going to do now is we're going to take this sheet of paper and we're going to write down how many of each different little faction we have. So we're going to start putting down the 501st, the 212, the bigger armies, and then we're going to be surrounding them with the ATTEs, making it feel full, and then we're going to do probably more of the name characters towards the front. So let's start, and I'll keep you updated with how many we have from each group. All right, bag one is the 501st. There are about a total of 130 of the 501st boys. They are very epic. We're going to be doing all their little subsidiary armies like the officers and the heavies and the snipers. Next, we're going to do the 501st heavies, and I have one with arm printing. Actually, I have two with arm printing, but the rest of them aren't going to have that. But I do have some of these. They're from Jonak Toys. They're very cool. I'd strongly recommend you check out his website. Use code RSTUDS for 15% off. Next batch of clones. All right, so there are a total of 58 of these heavy clones. They have a lot of cool armor and blasters. Personally, I'm a really big fan of these guys, but there probably were too many included in the battle pack. Now, the specialists are cool because they come with the extra macro visor pieces, and the sniper, and the officer's pretty cool as well. I just like the way they look. All right, so we have 2 rows of 12 there, so that's 24 of the officer guys. And then over there, we have about 2 rows of actually more than 12. We have enough to be basically equal to 48 for all of them. We have my boy Aiden over here writing down all of those. And now we just got to do the only 501st left, which are the jet troopers. And then we also have some more specialized ones like the 2013 variants. And we're going to be kind of lining those up in the front. We're going to do little like army squads. You'll see it's going to look very nice with the official Phase 2 Captain Rex. All right, let's start the jetpack troopers. Okay, so we have a total of 42 jetpacks over there. We just filled in the back. Now I have a bunch of 332nd Troopers jetpack variants, as well as the old 2020 variant that came out all those years ago. One of the first ever clones to come back in this new style. So I'm just going to line them up in the front row because I truly don't have a lot of them. All right, last unit in the 501st is these boys. And we have, it looks like a total of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them. All right, so that's basically what we're gonna be doing for the rest of the clone army. I'll be back with some updates, and we're gonna have a little hyperlapse montage. Me and Aiden are going to go have at it. So right now we have about a total of 617 clones laid out on this plate. Roughly, that's what we're basically calculating. There are a lot from a variety of different eras, but we're not done yet. We still have this entire section here, these tubs that are sorting different Clone Army customs. I'm gonna divide it so that way we know the official amount. These are all 100% official clone troopers. Some of these are custom, so we're gonna make sure to divide them. We have some custom Bad Batch and a more exclusive Bad Batch, things like that. We have it all listed here. And we have the Venator being pronounced. I'm gonna try to stick the ATTEs in the back. It'll look very cool. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be dividing those up kind of in the squads. We're gonna kind of be dispersing them around, and we'll get a full total count. So let's do that. All right, I finished placing all the minifigures. They look sick, but now I want to place all these sets that I have down here in the back because I think you'll like it a lot more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to take our official look at the LEGO Star Wars Republic Studs Clone Trooper Army, the biggest in history. We have not just an awesome military clone base, but an entire army arsenal with all of the different ATTEs, Republic gunships, the most I've ever had in a single army collection. I used to have about 10 ATTEs. The only difference now is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one of them is a classic one from the year 2008. There is so much I have to get into with all of this, and we're probably gonna have to do a separate video just documenting everything that's here. But now, the point of this video, the whole reason you all have been waiting, how many clone troopers do we have? And before I announce, here is the first ever clone mom and clone dad, Jango Fett and a Kaminoan, and there is Boba Fett, just for good measure. Now, I'm not really counting all the vehicles, because that's not a part of the army, technically, because that could all be very subjective. But we have a full itemized list of all the stuff we have, from all the years they came out as well. And the total number is about 850. Now, some of these are currently in the mail, and some of them are kind of strewn about, and I couldn't access them for where the army is today. But being said, about 100 of them are wrapped up in various customs. Now, we have a bit of a mix at the front because like we have Captain Rex 5s, Cody and Vaughn and Fox, and all these guys, they're official. But as you go further back, these guys look official, but they aren't. These are custom decal troopers. I have some Grandpa Clone customs, which do exist in this army. There are a plethora of them, including this one, which is just a regular shock trooper, which is very nice. And that's why, if you're wondering, you'll be seeing some troopers like that over here. I also have 10 Commander Codys. You will notice throughout this entire setup, it's incredible. I might have to do a dedicated video, like making the largest scale Lego clone battle of all time. I need to get a lot more base plates because, as you can see, I was running really low. I had to bring out the strips for this. But in terms of official clones, at the very least, we have around 760 right here. I also have some that I am loaning to a friend because we have a big clone trooper related project coming out on this channel within the next couple months. You'll be hearing more about that soon. So we might do a full walkthrough video a little later on, but this is the building a clone army video I finally set up. I'm so excited. And with that said, I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.